Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dawn and Dreams. It is your lady, Ms.Z. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe if this video resonates with you, and also comment down below which one you chose. Welcome back. It's been a little minute, but welcome back. Um, this is going to be a pick a card reading about the ancestors that came, or the spirits that came when the veil was thin. Okay, now if you watch this at another time, hold on one second. If you watch this at another time, it doesn't really matter. You can still, apply this to your situation, because it may be a message from your ancestors that have come to visit you recently. But in this case, I'm actually talking about, during the time where, it was Halloween or Hallows Eve or whatever you want to call it. It was like a little bit before, and it comes a little bit after too, where the veil is really thin and you can communicate messages from your ancestors and your the spirits of loved ones. And I was actually going to do this video on Halloween, but I did not get around to it. But there were still messages coming in even after that, so I decided that I wanted to do it now. Just for a few announcements, I'm going to be talking about memberships in another video, but me and my partner have some memberships coming back this December. And it's going to be more of a mentorship. So those of you who have been asking me over and over again, this will be your time to shine in these areas. We're going to basically form this membership around mentorship, where you actually get mentored. We're going to have workshops. We're going to be teaching you things, and you will also receive a reading, but it's going to be more centered around mentorship. And that's actually what I wanted to do from the beginning, but this time around it's going to be very centered around that. So make sure that you join us. It'll be for 3 months. We're going to go into like a little hibernation with the ancestors and learn and develop, and it's going to be a great place for a community. But I will let you guys know more about that in another video. Also, you can book a reading with me at dawnandreams.com. If I am not available, my partner is. He does email readings, and I will have all that information down in the description box where you can get that. All right. Now, moving forward, if you see here, I have 3 Adinkra symbols, and I'm going to hold them up so that you guys can see, of course. So this is going to represent pile 1. Hopefully you can see that. So you're going to pick a symbol. Pile 1. This is going to represent pile 2. And you don't have to think too much into it, just whatever one you're drawn to. And this is pile 3. Okay, so either pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And I'm going to shuffle. And also this is going to be a part bone reading as well. The plane's going by. All right, if you need more time, let me put a little bit of blue sage in here, just a little bit. All right, yeah, if you need more time, pause the video. We're going to get into it. All right, so I'm going to put these up here to the side somewhere. For those of you who picked symbol Adinkra number 1, this represents bravery, I meant to say. Symbols of a war hero. So honestly, the ancestors that came to visit you are honestly wanting to reward you with certain things. So do not be surprised that if after, the veil is unthin, I guess you could say, or it closes up. I don't really feel like it closes up really. It just may be a little hard to get messages through, but don't be surprised if you receive something from somebody. It may come in the form of a gift. It may come in the form of somebody giving you something that you really needed, whether it's advice, whether it's help on a situation, but there is something that you're going to receive for all the work that you have been putting in throughout the year. Or maybe you helped somebody that really needed your help. Maybe you prayed for them. Maybe you gave them some money. Maybe you assisted them with that, whatever they needed. Spirit seen that, okay? And that's what they're saying. Spirit seen that. Spirit seen you step up to the plate and really help that person or help the community or whatever, to extension that it was. You definitely have done something that required courage, that required your energy, that required you to come out of your comfort zone. Maybe in a lot of ways, maybe let's say for instance, your family didn't step up to the plate, but you were the only one in the family that did when it came to something serious or something that nobody else wanted to do. To me, that still speaks of bravery. That still speaks of you standing up for what needs to be done. And do not think that this is going unrecognized. Spirit still sees you working. So Spirit is going to try to give you something in return. And it may not be, if you've already received it, then great. But for those of you who haven't received anything or a sign like that, just look for it to happen a little bit after. And right now we're in November currently. If you're watching this, whatever time you're watching this, look for it to happen within a few weeks. There's going to be something that's given to you, and it's going to be like out of nowhere. You're going to be like, dang, thank you for thinking about me. It could be through the form of a friend, through a person, through a parent, whoever. But they're going to give you something, and you're going to know that it's attributed to all of the work that you've done. All right. So let's go ahead on to the bone reading to see who came to visit you and what was their message while this veil was thin. Let's get some bloodline on. I'm not doing a full bone reading, just a split bone reading because it can take a long time to do a full one. The first thing I'm hearing is stop doubting yourself. There's something that you're doubting yourself on, whether it be a career path or some of your talents. Do stop doubting yourself. That was one of the messages that they were trying to get through to you. You have two female spirits that came. Okay, one was definitely a grandmother, could have been a great grandmother, but definitely some type of elder spirit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this stream. I'm not sure, but the connection is going out. And normally I attribute that to the ancestors, but that was really weird, when it just keeps going out like that. So one thing I'm gonna say for this one, if I even can continue, I don't know if it's gonna cut out again. But one thing I'm gonna say about this spirit or this ancestral spirit is that it is very, very strong. It does have the energy to be able to affect things, especially with your internet, or maybe your TV or electronics. Maybe move some things around to try to get your attention. Maybe you experience a lot of little small things, but it is attributed to your ancestors, because that was definitely weird, especially as soon as I start talking about this ancestor, the stream wants to cut. That's weird. All synchronicity though. But anyway, so where's my feather at? So you have two female spirits. One is very, very ancient. And I'm also seeing, even like stronger energies. Like it could be even attributed to a spirit guide or a deity that might have even come to visit you as well. Okay, because like I said, there's an eldership here. There's an elder, and there's a woman that's a little bit still considered, I would still say an elder, maybe a little bit younger than that. Doesn't have to be like a grandmother or something like that. Could have been someone a little bit younger than that. Maybe like a mother or maybe a friend. But it is a female. It's two females. Now, the grandmother spirit you probably recognize. The other one you probably didn't, because they're face down. So you probably didn't recognize this spirit because there's somebody that's been trying to contact that has passed over recently, but you may not perceive it as a message from them, but they're definitely around you. And we're going to be using my Spirits of the North deck. I still have a few left if you guys are interested. But we're going to be using that deck too. Okay, now going back to your messages. They're saying that you're going to target negative things by using your wisdom, by using your maturity, by using your eldership. Okay, there is something that's trying to get into your viewpoint. All right, especially when it comes to your spirituality. This is random, but I'm just saying it for how I see it. There's something that's trying to affect your course of action when it comes to your spirituality. This could be trying to get you to question your beliefs. Like I said, maybe even doubt what you're doing, but you have a lot of wisdom. The way that you conquer doubt and fear is through wisdom. This could even be your direction in life, places that you want to go, things that you want to do. You may have doubt surrounding that, but how do you, conquer doubt? Through understanding. It is your wisdom that's going to conquer all. So if you've been studying and things like that, that is, attributed to your ancestors. That is something that they want you to do and continue to do. This ancestor is also saying that there needs to be some healing done so that you can move forward on your journey. There's a lot of things that try to hold you back from the past, whether it was your past religion, whether it was past people that you no longer deal with. It could be a lot of things attributed to you moving forward, and it's kind of like it's almost trying to block you, but you are still headed in the right direction. So there needs to be healing and forgiveness done to the past that you can't change, and moving forward towards your future, because you have a bright future ahead of you. I'm seeing a lot of abundance for you through your transitions. There's going to be abundance. For those of you who are wanting to have children, that will happen for you as well. So if you see a lot of messages surrounding fertility and surrounding like abundance, maybe you see some fish. I don't know. It could be something small like that, but it's attributed to your ancestors, trying to get you to see wealth. They're also saying do not blindly give your energy to things. You want to be well aware of what you're giving your energy to at all times. This could be through social media. Maybe you need a social media break. This could be through giving your attention to, let's just say, petty issues, things that don't really require much of your energy. You want to be very careful how you assert your energy, because this new lifestyle, I'm seeing a lot of you taking on new lifestyles, whether it's a more healthy diet or you're actually trying to become more shaman-like. You want to make sure that you are being careful about the little things, because a lot of times we look over the little things as to where we're investing our energy. In order for your new lifestyle to really take effect in your life, you do have to conquer those small things. Understanding where your energy is going and understanding where you're being depleted. I'm saying that you've conquered a lot of things. They keep speaking on that, how you've conquered a lot of things. And this ancestor has helped you when it comes to keeping you moving forward, keeping you pushing forward. If you've lost somebody this year, if you have went through a difficult time this year, this ancestor has really been by you, just telling you to just kind of keep pushing forward. Everything's going to be okay. But they don't want you to mask your feelings, meaning, you know, just kind of bottle everything up. They still want you to deal with your emotions, because a lot of times you do take on that bravery, that chief like energy. And sometimes, you know, that person also can ignore their feelings deep down inside. So they want you to give time for self-love as well. All right, so let's get the final messages on this one. Yeah, they're speaking on it here too. It says spirit is present, ask the right questions, avoiding bigger issues to address small ones. They're basically saying you have a lot of things that you could be giving your energy to. So you don't need to focus on things that are trying to target your energy. Maybe it's something petty. Maybe it's road rage. Who knows? But whatever it is, they want you not to give out so much amounts of energy to things that don't really have your best interest in mind. Let's just say that. Channel those energies into other things, into receiving messages, into being at peace with your spirit. Find ways to exercise energy as well, so that way you're not having everything pent up. And you can do this through dance, you can do this through meditation, you can do this through finding some way to cleanse your energy. Find other ways to channel your energy into when you're upset, when you're going through things. Just don't give your energy to that situation that tried to piss you off today. They want you to value your energy. And these messages came together, okay? It says restored ashe. It says offering accepted. Offering accepted. And then this message came with it. It said spirit who recently passed on, basically speaking to you. It says thank you for keeping me in your thoughts and memories. I love you. So there is somebody that wants to, you know, tap on your shoulder and say, hey, you know, thank you for keeping me in your memories and thoughts. Thank you for leaving that offering out for me. You may not have thought it did anything, but they're confirming it right now that it did. And I always say this because people may dismiss this, but, you know, it's the simple things. It's the simple things like bringing up a memory from that person that can keep their spirit alive. When you talk about the good things that happened to a person or the good things that they did, it makes, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard that, but warrior spirits, when they die, they want to know that they died for a cause, you know? They don't want to just know that they left and they weren't appreciated for the hard work that they put in. So when you talk about other people, when you talk about ancestors, don't just speak on the bad things. You want to also speak on the good things, because it makes them feel like their life here wasn't wasted. So you have somewhat, rather this wasn't, this also could be, because I told you there's also some, it may be like a friend or like a cousin, some other spirit as well. It's ancestors, but it also could have been another spirit as well that may not be related to you. I feel like it's both, because I feel like you have three here, three that came. But anyway, either or, you know, it is someone that you were thinking about and you kept in your memories. You may have given them an offering. They're telling you that they did accept it, and they thank you for thinking about them. Because again, it's the thought that counts. If I say I'm going to set out some water for Auntie Sarah, you know, she's going to be thankful that I even had her in mind to do that. So your offerings aren't going unnoticed. All right, and moving on, because I want to finish up here. Um, they say that basically anytime you need their assistance, they are there. It says, remember us. You know, we are here to help you. We've been there before. We've done that. So we're here to help you. You have unknown ancestors speaking. It says, I have been watching over you. And this is somebody that can be identified, you know. So if you've been doing, you know, work to find your ancestors, this is somebody that has a name, you know, that they want you to actually find. They want you to continue to follow your path. You're going in the right direction. If it feels good, you're always going in the right direction. But they look at you like somebody who is going to be basically a person that's going to create great change in the world, whether you see yourself that way or not. Because even though he's dressed in rags, he's actually going to, he made a significant difference in the world, or at least into the community that he was helping. So you will be acknowledged for the work that you do, whether it's on a big scale or a small scale. You know, you're gonna be acknowledged for that work that you do. All right, so that was the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So for the second one, this one also represents bravery, but this one goes more into strength. So this gives the energy of conquering things that may have been very, very difficult in your life. So we're going to look at what these ancestors have to say that came to visit you, but it's surrounding, you know, you being brave and having a lot of strength, the courage to go on, the courage to still fight the fight, the courage to get up every day and, you know, do the work that you do without an award, without any acknowledgement, you know, having to continue going forward and implement strength. So let's see what the ancestors have to say to you. They're showing that for you, their message coming to you, they're showing that you have gone through a lot of major events in your life that have changed your perception about life and the way that you think. But do not disregard these major events as just bad experiences. All of these were to help you grow and transition. There is a grandfather spirit here for you. It could be a father or grandfather or even great grandfather, but it's definitely a male spirit. Somebody that would be considered very wise. This is not a spirit that you probably notice often. There was also an ancient spirit too, very, very ancient. I'm seeing you having to turn away from a lot of things in order to go your own individual path. So maybe you had to let some people go, maybe some friends or some even relationships. Maybe you've had to kind of let them, you know, kind of just be in the past, you know. I see these energies have tried to pop up for you, their ancestors are saying, but they're saying that you're going in the right direction. Your independence and your peace of mind is what's needed. So you've had to walk away from some things that weren't very easy. Okay, so a lot of things don't make sense to you, as far as why things happen to you the way that they do, but you know, clarity will come to you. You also have, what's interesting is your own doubts and fears that can back you into a corner, that affect the way that you navigate. So they want you to try to rid yourself of fear and doubts and things like that. Like you are in your head a lot. Spirit who recently passed on, they don't want you to give too much focus to distractions and things that don't serve a purpose for you. They show a lot of spiritual freedom for you as well. And you need to continue to go down that route. This is interesting. So the fatherly spirit or the grandfather, they don't, you know, they want you to basically understand that you're like a turtle. You know, you are somebody that may have to walk through the mud, and you may have to learn things. I don't like to say the hard way, but that's just kind of how it comes off. Like everybody kind of, it looks like everybody's just running through and riding bicycles to get to the destination, but you are like the turtle. You don't get to run from anything. So you typically have to walk through the mud. You have to walk through the rain, but you are protected. And the lessons you learn come from your, it comes from your lineage, but it also comes from you working with some very ancient spirits. So a lot of things that you go through is because you are supposed to understand things on a deeper level. You have a greater purpose here, so you have to keep that in mind with some of the stuff that you encounter and experience. There is going to be abundance that comes from your individuality. So I see a lot of business opportunities for you. And that's the first card that comes out, royalty. Got a few cards that came out here. Okay, so you also have a female ancestor too, but I like this message because it coincides with what I just said, because it's kind of like basically you learn things over time. The elder isn't an elder just because they're old. The elder is the elder because they have gone through and learned the wisdom. They have lived. So this is kind of the same ropes that you're going through. And it's a traditional way of learning things, because I know now, you know, like somebody said before in the comments, you can kind of microwave spirituality, and it's hot and ready, but you're not getting it hot and ready. You're having to really get in there and cook it, you know. You're having to learn the recipes, and that is okay. So don't expect your life to always be, you know, easy when it comes to you getting I don't know, I was going to say like subscribers to YouTube, or that's one example, but it could be, you know, maybe you don't have the biggest fan base that you want, or maybe you're having to do a lot of things to get business, or you're having to go through a lot of stuff. But again, once you get all of those things, not only will you appreciate all of those things on a greater scale than everybody else, but you're going to be able to maintain those things. And again, we have warded off negative plans and plots against you. So again, they're saying that you're very protected. Wow. Okay. So you have a lot of spirits actually speaking to you. Yeah, you went through many initiations actually. You probably went through one through when the veil was thin. Actually, you probably got a download. So I would suggest you pay attention to your dreams and the things that you are being introduced to, whether it is, you know, new learning, reading, things like that. The new stuff that you're being introduced to, you want to pay attention to, because those are tribute to these spirits that are really working with you. It says, don't waste your life working for others. Fulfill your dreams. Be motivated. Know your worth. So the hard work you're putting in is going to something that is going to make it where you're not having to work as hard. Let's just say that. You're going to be very fulfilled. And the funny thing is, you have another. This is actually a turtle shell here. So you have two symbolic energies, but they're both turtle. So that must be some type of totem in a sense. You have, don't miss this opportunity. It's your time. No more procrastination. So they don't want you sleeping on ideas. You want to make sure that you're going for them when the opportunity presents itself. Go for everything that you want to go for. And with you having royalty here, this means that you come from an ancestry that believes in the stuff that they do. Like, they believe in their work. They believe in the abilities that they have. So look into your ancestry for strength. You also have some spirits saying that you have our protection. They want you to increase your spiritual power. So this means that you have a lot of work to do as far as developing who you are. I don't know why the first thing I seen with this is just friends. Making sure that, you know, you are aware of the company you keep. You have been having a lot of realizations when it comes to friendships and relationships. And this is for a reason, because they want you to realize who needs to be around you and who doesn't. They don't want you to end up around people that are going to hold you back and that aren't supportive of where you are going. Now, you're always going to have one person in the loop that might not be all the way supportive, but you shouldn't have a whole group of people that don't really support you and aren't benefiting you in any way. This will hold you back. This will restrict you, because you're going to continue to try to fit in with that crowd that, you know, you weren't supposed to be with longer than this period anyway. You don't want friends who just only want to be around for a season or even a couple of seasons. Okay? Now you have, I sense unwanted energy. Cleanse your home with herbs and light up a candle. So make sure that you're keeping your cleansings going, especially if you have stopped them. Keep your energy clear. This will also help you identify things a lot quicker when the air and space is clear. It's just like being able to see things, and you're able to find stuff. When you cleaned up the house, you're able to see things clearer when things are clean. So make sure that you're cleansing on a physical level and also on a spiritual level. And you have, pay attention to your health, stop stressing yourself out, and take care of yourself. Your ancestors want you to practice self-love and keeping your health as your number one priority, especially for those of you who are dealing with health issues. All right, so that was the second one. I'm going to go on to the last one. So, all right, for those of you who picked the last one, the ladder. So this represents basically transition. Lots of transition, okay? It's a symbol, I don't want to say a symbol of death, you know, because people might take that a different way, but it is a symbol of transition. One thing ends, another thing begins. So this represents you probably have went through a lot of transitions, a lot of new beginnings have come. And not all transitions are easy. It represents that you've probably seen a lot of transition around you as well. So let's see what the ancestors have to say that came to visit you while the veil was thin. Interesting. I see a couple of spirits here, okay? I see definitely a grandfather spirit, definitely a father figure spirit, could be uncle, could be something close to that. And this also could be attributed to great grandfather. I just don't have my shells out confirmed, but it could be great grandfather too. I have, you know, I see a grandmother spirit here, a motherly figure, somebody that's old and wise. This could also be great grandmother too. She comes off like as if she's as if she's unknown, but she is someone that you take up things from, like you've inherited things from this grandmother, okay? And this could very well be physical bodily features that you may have inherited. So I don't know if you spoke to her much while she was alive or you didn't get to meet her. I'm not sure, but there's something to do with your body that is attributed to this grandmother, whether you're male or female, it does not matter. There's something that you inherited within your looks that is this grandmother. So they want you to work on self-confidence. There's a lot of things that you're going to be discovering. And their message when they came is, they have a lot of messages for you, so I'm going to try to go through them quickly because I've been on here for a minute. But you're very gifted. You're very gifted in a lot of things, especially when it comes to sight. But a lot of stuff you kind of ignore or don't give a lot of acknowledgement to. So they're trying to change that. They want you to, you know, take pride in your gifts. They want you to take pride in the things that you are talented in and really fully understand who you are. And I guess that's why she's identifying herself and her looks and the way that she is to you, because you are your ancestors. So if you know them, you know yourself. But not only that, you can use that to embrace more parts of yourself that you have been unconfident about. They say a lot of times you don't give up on things. You are a person that tries to keep going. Even past defeat, you are someone that always wants to just keep trying something, and even if it's you know, dead and gone, you are somebody that wants to keep it going and revive and things like that. And that is a good quality to you, but they also want you to learn how to let go. They also want you to learn that some things are, you know, already at a standstill, and when it comes back in your life, it's going to be 10 times better. So don't be afraid to release things. Don't be afraid to let things go. Because everything can have an expiration date, but you know, it's not, let's say this is the end. So they want you to learn to not attach yourself to things too much or to overthink things too much. What is meant to happen will happen for you. You have a lot of guardian spirits that are around you. And they are intentionally trying to spread wisdom to you, especially when you are upset about things, when you are emotionally upset. So you want to practice emotional stability, and this will help messages come easy to you. When we're raging in our emotions, it's hard to hear, so we want to make sure that we are, as stable as we can be so that we can receive more messages. They're seeing some travel for you that's going to happen in the future. Some type of move. You could be moving. This is definitely supported because they're saying that you have a lot of places that you have to go. You have a lot of things to do and see and be. They're saying that you are very wise, but you don't give yourself enough credit. You also need to unlock feminine energy and learn to love yourself. This will bring more abundance to you because there is a lot of abundance circling around you. But all of it hasn't been accessed. And it's going to be accessed when the more you become confident in yourself and the things that you're doing and stop worrying about who's judging you, you'll be fine. You also want to pay attention to health and how you are treating yourself. Like I said, self-love is going to be very important. Yeah, you definitely need a break. You have a lot of stuff that you carry. They want you to start lightening the load. They want you to start saying no to people when they're trying to put other things on you when your plate is already full. There's a grandmother that connects to you within your dream realm, so you want to pay attention to that. They want you to become stable when it comes to the things that you're focusing on too, so that things can manifest. Try not to hop around from one thing to the next too much. Make sure that you have a plan and an idea how you're going to do things. This will keep you well organized. But see, you even have the symbol of, the skull here, which represents death, but is transition. It's like, getting through a time period. Endings and new beginnings, okay? They're showing some of you that are going to be going off to find some of your soul missions. And this is being supported. You're going to figure things out as you go. Let's see what's going on here. Any other additional messages? Yeah, I already said that. That was in your bones. All right. Okay. Yeah, see, I see a house here. Okay. So the first thing is that came out that I noticed is the albino brother. So this represents you are born to stand out, embrace every part of yourself. So again, we already spoke on that in your reading. You need to start embracing who you are, because your differences is actually what is going to change change your world, actually. Change every aspect of your life. It doesn't matter what one or two people think of you. It really matters what you think of yourself and how you look at yourself. They want you to wear every part of yourself with pride, because a lot of these things were given to you by elders. Your looks, whether it was your gifts, your ability, your sight, your vision, all of these things might have been attributed to you through an elder, through some type of ancestor in your ancestry. Okay, so you want to blame it on anybody, blame it on your ancestors, because they're the ones that are giving you these gifts, because they feel like you are going to be the one that is going to really utilize it. It could have skipped a couple of generations before it even got to you. They feel like you have what it takes. Okay, so so that runs deep. Told you have some higher guardians. You got higher guardians speaking. My energy is assisting you during this time period. You're going through major transitions. I told you, one phase to the next. All right. You have, again, the oracle, which we talked about in your bone set. I might see the living, the dead, the past, present, and future. Pay attention to your visions, dreams, and spirit encounters. So you're going to have a lot of those. You do probably work with animals as well. So you want to pay attention to all symbolisms for you. Let's see. It says, don't waste your life working for others. Fulfill your dreams. That means that don't let others hold you back based on their opinion or their thoughts of you. Value yourself to the point that you know your worth. Continue to give offerings to your ancestors. They do really appreciate that. They appreciate you being loyal and making sure that you are consistent with those things, because they do acknowledge those things. And they're basically saying that the more offerings you give, it's not necessarily like, oh, you just got to give something every time. It's just the acknowledgement that really counts, that makes them work harder for you on the other side, because it makes them feel appreciated. Everybody loves to feel appreciated, even us. So we make sure that we do that through being loyal to them, through talking to them on a daily basis. They see you becoming very, very great, a great leader. And this speaks to me, beauty and pride. I told you about that grandmother, beauty and pride. So again, things were passed down directly to you. So be prideful of the energy that you're receiving. Some of this energy that you're receiving is very, very ancient. Some of the gifts that you're receiving is very, very ancient. Because if you think about it, it was passed down all the way up to get down to you. So value your gifts. You are very gifted. This power, you're very spiritual. And I see the hut as some of you may be getting a new home, a new place to stay, but be ready to travel if that is in the course of what you want to do. Be ready to transition, because there's going to be something that's going to make you very, very stable. And they're working on that. Also, they want you to be stable. It represents you having a secure foundation, and that's what you're working towards. All right, that was the reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and peace out.